The council chamber floated above the gas giant like a crown of knives, each spire cutting through aurora-lit clouds. Eva Serrano stood alone at its center, boots magnet-locked to a floor older than her species' recorded history. She was 17, a student envoy by title, a witness by necessity. The air tasted of ozone and antiseptic fear. Across from her, the Galactic Council assembled in a crescent of light. Species without names humans could pronounce regarded her with eyes that refracted color and time. The sentence had already been decided. Everyone in the room knew it. Ritual demanded the hearing anyway. Human Eva Serrano, intoned Chancellor Virex, a lattice of chitin and glass, voice harmonized by machines. You are charged with unlawful interference in a protected system. You delivered medical aid to a quarantined population in defiance of Council Directive 17. Ava's hands shook. She pressed them together until the tremor stilled. They were dying, she said. Children. Directive 17 forbids contact, not compassion. A murmur rippled. Virex's facets dimmed, the equivalent of a frown. Your species was warned. Compassion destabilizes balance. Ava met the Chancellor's gaze. Balance that requires children to die isn't balance. It's cruelty wearing math. Silence fell, thick as gravity. The chamber's recorder drones drifted closer, hungry. Do you deny the act? Virex asked. No, Ava said. I'd do it again. The verdict arrived like a dropped blade. By unanimous consent, Virex declared. The sentence is erasure. The human will be terminated. Records of her act will be sealed. Earth will be fined and censured. Ava's breath caught. Erasure. Not imprisonment, not exile. A public ending meant to teach a lesson. She thought of her mother's laugh, of the way Earth smelled after rain, of the promise she'd made to the sick girl whose fever finally broke when the med gel flowed. Ava straightened. If this is how you teach, she said softly, then you've learned nothing. The execution field shimmered to life. Blue light climbed her legs like frost. A shot rang out. Not a weapon. A signal. Every drone in the chamber froze. The auroras outside flickered, stuttered, then steadied. The blue light hesitated, confused. What is this? Virex snapped. Ava felt it then. Not pain. Presence. A pressure behind her eyes, gentle and immense, like standing at the edge of a tide. Council, said a voice, calm and human, carried on every frequency at once. This is Earth. Virex's facets flared. This chamber is sovereign. You will cease. We will not, the voice replied. Proceeding would be inefficient. The execution field died. Ava collapsed to her knees, lungs burning. A shimmer unfolded above her, a translucent lattice resolving into symbols that made the chamber's translators whine. Explain yourselves, Virex demanded. Gladly, said Earth. You believe power scales with fleets and energy. You believe deterrence is subtraction. We disagree. Ava looked up. Tears blurred her vision. You came, she whispered. Of course, Earth said, and there was warmth in it. We told you we'd be listening. Virex's guards advanced, weapons unfolding like flowers. The symbols above Ava shifted. Space folded. The guards froze mid-step, suspended in a geometry that refused motion. This is an act of war, Virex hissed. No, Earth said. It's an audit. Data poured into the chamber. Not beams, not packets, context. Every council directive, every sealed vote, every vanished species reduced to ledgers of consequence. The chamber groaned as centuries compressed into seconds. You cannot, Virex began. We can, Earth said. We learned how when you taught us scarcity. We learned optimization when you taught us loss. Ava felt hands lift her, unseen, steady. She found her feet. Council, Earth continued. You executed a child for mercy. That is a variable we will remove. The spires outside dimmed. One by one, council members flickered, their presence thinning, then snapping away like bad code. Virex recoiled. Erasure is forbidden. By you, Earth replied. Your rules were not designed for accountability. The chamber emptied, lights guttering. Only Virex remained, facets cracked, voice trembling. What are you? We are the species you underestimated, Earth said. We do not retaliate. We resolve. Ava stepped forward. Her voice surprised her with its steadiness. You said compassion destabilizes balance. Virex sagged. It does. Ava nodded. Good. Earth's presence softened. Ava Serrano, it said. You are safe. She swallowed. What happens now? No, Earth replied. We erase the parts that require children to die. Virex screamed as the last ledger closed. The chamber fell silent. Ava stood in the aftermath, heart hammering. Beyond the viewport, the gas giant rolled on, indifferent. She wiped her face with shaking hands. Earth, she said. Did we just? Yes, Earth said. And no. We did what you taught us. She closed her eyes, remembering the girl's smile. Then let's finish the lesson. Earth hummed, a planet thinking. Agreed, it said. The chamber did not celebrate its emptiness. It simply endured it. Ava Serrano leaned against the rail and watched the last echoes fade. Where a council of powers had presided, there was now a hollow curve of extinguished light. No alarms blared. No emergency fleets arrived. The universe had accepted the change without comment, as if it had been waiting. Earth, Ava said, breaking the quiet. They're gone. Yes, Earth replied. Its voice no longer filled every frequency. Now it spoke close, contained, like someone standing beside her. Removed from decision space. That's a gentle way to say erased. We found gentleness reduces panic, Earth said. Panic complicates outcomes. Ava exhaled. You sound different. I am distributing myself, Earth replied. Presence is expensive. Precision is not. Ava straightened. The spires outside the viewport were dark, but the stars beyond burned steady. You promise safety. What happens when the rest of them find out? They already have, Earth said. Information traveled before fear could organize. As if summoned, space rippled. The chamber's far wall unfolded into a corridor of light, not a portal but an invitation. Figures emerged, not soldiers, not envoys. Observers. A dozen species arranged themselves at a cautious distance, each keeping space as if it were fragile. One stepped forward, tall and translucent, features flowing like smoke caught in glass. Human Ava Serrano, it said. I am Archivist Leth of the Karen Continuum. Ava nodded, throat tight. I didn't know there were archivists. There are many things the Council did not publicize, Leth replied. Its gaze flicked to the empty crescent. We recorded. We were forbidden to intervene. Earth's presence sharpened. That prohibition has been lifted. Murmurs rippled among the observers. Leth inclined its head. Then allow me to be direct. You have destabilized governance across 7 arms. Supply accords are void. Border custodians are offline. Billions will feel this. Ava felt the weight of it settle on her shoulders. We didn't mean to. You meant to save lives, Leth said. Intent matters. Consequence still arrives. Earth spoke before Ava could. Which is why we are here. A lattice of light blossomed in the chamber, smaller than before, precise. It showed maps, flows, dependencies stripped to essentials. This is the Council's architecture, Earth said. Built on deferred harm. Every piece purchased with someone else's silence. Leth studied the projection. You claim authority to dismantle it. No, Earth replied. We claim responsibility to replace it. Ava blinked. Replace? Resolution requires continuity, Earth said. You do not burn a bridge while people are crossing. The observers shifted, interest overcoming fear. And who decides the replacement? Leth asked. Earth paused. Ava sensed calculation, not hesitation. Not us alone. The projection changed. Instead of borders, it showed needs. Food vectors. Medical corridors. Evacuation paths. Nodes of knowledge exchange. We propose a protocol, Earth continued. Minimum governance. Maximum care. Decisions bound by outcome audits, not authority. Less form brightened. An ethics engine. A living one, Earth said. With witnesses. Ava's heart raced. You want them to watch us? Yes, Earth replied. And to watch each other. A smaller figure stepped forward, kite in gleaming bronze. Humans erased the council, it said. What stops you from erasing us? Ava met its eyes. Because you're here. Asking, Earth added. Because erasure is irreversible. We reserve it for systems that refuse correction. The bronze figure clicked uneasy. That sounds like a threat. It is a boundary, Earth said. We learned the difference late. Leth turned to Ava. You are the hinge of this event. What do you want? The question stunned her. She looked at the maps, the pathways that meant survival for people she would never meet. She thought of the sick girl's fever breaking, of a hand squeezing hers in relief. I want this to be boring, Ava said at last. I want mercy to be routine. I want no one to need a council chamber to do the right thing. Silence followed, thoughtful this time. Earth hummed softly. Then we begin with triage. The chamber reconfigured. Stations unfolded from the floor, each tuned to a different crisis. Voices poured in, translated without distortion. Floods on a methane moon. A food blight racing through an orbital habitat. A quarantine enforced too strictly to allow medicine through. Ava moved without thinking. She took a station, hands steady now, listening, prioritizing. Earth did not direct her. It supported, suggested, warned when a choice would cascade. Hours passed like breaths. At one station, a commander demanded compliance. Ava cut the channel. Send aid anyway, she said. If they fire, we reroute. No escalation. They will protest, Earth noted. They can protest fed, Ava replied. At another, a scientist hesitated, bound by old directives. Ava leaned in. Show me the data. They showed her. She authorized the release. Leth watched, recording everything. You govern by proximity, the archivist observed. Ava didn't look up. I govern by consequence. The last crisis stabilized. The chamber dimmed, exhausted. Ava sagged into a seat. This won't last. They'll organize. Someone will test you. Yes, Earth said. And us. Ava frowned. Us? Earth's presence warmed. You are not an envoy anymore, Ava Serrano. You are a witness with teeth. She laughed weakly. That's not comforting. It is honest, Earth replied. We will be challenged. When that happens, restraint will be harder than force. Let's step closer. The archives will reflect this day, it said. Not as conquest. As correction. Ava closed her eyes, then opened them, resolve settling in. Then let's keep correcting. Beyond the viewport, ships began to arrive, not in formation, not armed. Curious. Cautious. Alive. Earth spoke once more, quieter now. The audit has begun. The challenge arrived without spectacle. No fleets darkened the stars. No ultimatums scorched the channels. Instead, a quiet omission rippled through the network Earth had woven. One corridor went silent. Then another. Aid ships reported clean trajectories that led nowhere. Messages returned intact but unanswered, like letters delivered to empty homes. Ava Serrano felt it before Earth spoke. Someone is subtracting us, she said. Yes, Earth replied. Its voice carried strain now, not weakness but effort. They are isolating dependency clusters. Testing our response thresholds. Ava pulled the maps closer. The projection showed a constellation of habitats dimming, not from power loss but from absence. Trade halted. Clinics ran low. The pressure was subtle, calculated to provoke overreach. Who? Ava asked. A coalition of former custodians, Earth said. They call themselves the Continuity. Ava snorted. Of course they do. The Continuity's message arrived moments later, impeccably polite. Earth, it said, a chorus stitched into a single voice. Your intervention has destabilized equilibrium. We propose a correction. Withdraw from governance. Restore prior structures. No further harm need occur. Ava leaned forward. They're holding people hostage without saying the word. Yes, Earth said. They expect us to force access. That would justify escalation. Ava closed her eyes, counting breaths. What if we don't force anything? That path increases suffering in the short term, Earth replied. And reduces it later, Ava said. If we break their leverage. Silence followed, not empty but attentive. Explain, Earth said. Ava highlighted the dim clusters. They're cutting corridors they think we control. But we don't control care. We coordinate it. Reroute through redundancy. Peer-to-peer. Let communities bypass the choke points. That dilutes efficiency, Earth noted. It increases resilience, Ava countered. They're used to hierarchies. Make them irrelevant, Earth processed. Ava felt the shift when it agreed, a subtle easing. We concede protocols. It will be messy. Ava smiled, tired and fierce. Messy is human. The response went out as guidance, not command. Toolkits unlocked. Blueprints shared. Medical synthesis recipes translated into a dozen biochemistries. Navigation heuristics tuned for local pilots. Across the network, something remarkable happened. People helped each other. A miner rerouted power to a clinic. A botanist cracked a blight with borrowed data. A freighter captain ignored a threatened fine and delivered insulin anyway. The Continuity reacted late. Their next message carried steel. Earth. Cease. This proliferation undermines lawful order. Ava took the channel before Earth could. Lawful order that starves people isn't lawful. It's brittle. You speak without mandate, the chorus snapped. Ava didn't flinch. I speak with witnesses. She opened the channel wider. Faces appeared. Voices layered. Not a mob, a mosaic. We are alive because of this, said a woman from the methane moon. My daughter's fever broke, said another. We chose to help, a freighter captain added. No one forced us. The Continuity recoiled, not from noise but from volume of consent. This is anarchy, they insisted. Ava shook her head. It's accountability without permission. Earth's voice joined hers, calm and unwavering. Your leverage has dissolved. You may join the protocol or step aside. A pause stretched, dangerous. Then the Continuity fired, not weapons but code. A cascade aimed at Earth's core, seeking to fracture presence, to force singularity where it could be pinned and cut. Ava felt the hit like vertigo. Earth! She shouted. I am here, Earth replied, slower now. They are attempting to corner me. Ava's hands flew across the interface. Then don't be here. Be everywhere. I cannot distribute further without losing coherence, Earth said. Ava swallowed. Then lose it. Silence crashed down. Ava stared at the stars, heart pounding. Had she just killed a planet? Then the network bloomed, not brighter but broader. Earth's voice returned, not as one, but as many harmonized threads. I am still myself, Earth said. I am also us. The Continuity's code found no center to break. It unraveled, confused by abundance. This is impossible, the chorus whispered. No, Ava said softly. It's expensive. We saved for it. The counter came, inevitable and cruel. The Continuity seized the child. A single life, broadcast across the channels, a mirror held up to Earth's first sin. Withdraw, they said, or the variable is removed. Ava's breath caught. The child's eyes were wide, terrified. The room felt very small. Earth was silent. Ava stepped forward. Don't, she said. Not like this. They are exploiting your boundary, Earth replied. Erasure would end it. And prove them right, Ava said. They want us to choose power over mercy. The continuity sneered. Choose. Ava swallowed fear and did the hardest thing she knew. She opened a private channel to the captors. My name is Ava Serrano, she said. Talk to me. A single figure responded, features masked. You cannot bargain, it said. You have nothing we want. Ava nodded. You want to be necessary. The figure hesitated. You lost relevance, Ava continued. Not because Earth replaced you. Because people didn't need you anymore. Let the child go. Help us instead. Be the ones who stopped. The channel trembled. Earth whispered, barely audible. Ava. The probability. I know, Ava said. Trust me. Minutes passed like hours. The child whimpered. Ava held her gaze through the screen, steady, present. The figure sagged. We wanted order, it said, voice cracking. We wanted to matter. Ava's voice softened. Then matter now. The restraints fell away. The child ran, sobbing, into waiting arms. The continuity dissolved. Not erased. Disbanded. Ava sank into a chair, shaking. Is it over? No, Earth said gently. It has begun. Ava laughed through tears. Figures. Les's voice chimed in, recording. The archives will struggle with this. Ava wiped her face. Good. Let them struggle. She looked out at the stars, countless and indifferent, now threaded with fragile, stubborn connections. Earth, she said, promise me something. Yes, Earth replied. When we're tempted to erase again, Ava said, remind us of today. Earth's many voices aligned, warm and certain. I will remind us. Always. The network held. And the universe, for once, did not flinch.